Designed by Kuat Systems Engineering and known by most as the Jedi Starfighter, the Delta-7 Aethersprite Light Interceptor is an important installation in a long tradition of personal craft designed specifically for use by Jedi Knights. At a length of 8 meters and a wingspan of 3.92 meters, the Aethersprite presents the wedge-shaped space frame that would later become synonymous with KDY's larger warship designs. The sleek chassis of the Delta-7 is built using ultralight materials, and the ship carries very little avionics or armor, instead relying on the enhanced reflexes of its force-sensitive pilot for navigation and evasion. The stock Delta-7 is armed with 2 pairs of forward-facing SDS-85 laser cannons, able to maintain incredibly high rates of fire for extended periods in close combat. The Aethersprite is built to be a pure and perfectly refined dogfighter, carrying no guided ordnance of any kind, and only light shields, but taking advantage of its incredible acceleration and agility to outturn and cut down any hostile craft. This is a design philosophy that would normally result in a low survival rate for a combat fighter, as any small mistake could prove lethal, but the skilled pilots of the Jedi Order have overcome these predictions many times over. The narrow frame of the Delta-7 prevents the ship from carrying a full-sized astromech droid, instead simply carrying an integrated astromech head. This allows the droid to perform in-flight repairs and navigation, but prevents it from disembarking and accompanying the ship's pilot on any ground assignments. The ship also predates the majority of compact starfighter hyperdrives, and instead relies on a Siluri 31 long-range hyperdrive ring for interstellar transits. This module is normally abandoned before entering combat or attempting a planetary landing, and is therefore at risk of destruction or capture while its accompanying starfighter is away. The development of the Delta-7 began in 27 BBY, building on the design of the older Delta-6 Sprite short-range starfighter. The original prototype of the Delta-7 was extensively tested by Jedi Master Adi Gallia, who was the first to employ force-enhanced focusing tactics in combat to improve her fighter's performance. By the time of the Battle of Geonosis, the Delta-7 had become the standard personal starfighter of the Jedi Order, with Aethersprites being issued to every Jedi on active field duties. The stock craft were painted in red and white to indicate Republic diplomatic immunity, but many Jedi took it upon themselves to customize the color scheme of their craft. In the early weeks of the Clone Wars, the need became clear for a new version of the Delta-7 that offered greater versatility in the newly war-torn galaxy. The result of this was the Delta-7B, a newer model of the Aethersprite that boasted slightly improved shields and armor, as well as a structural alteration that allowed full-sized astromech units to be mounted within a housing at the center of the craft. In addition to the Delta-7B, another specialized variant was developed that was capable of carrying a single co-pilot or passenger. This craft was known as the Delta-12 Sky Sprite, and eventually entered the civilian market in addition to its duties to the Jedi Order. Though the Delta-7 and Delta-7B were eventually phased out in favor of the new Eta-2 Actis Jedi Interceptor, the designs earned a place of renown among the Knights of the Jedi Order, with some Jedi, such as Master Plo Koon, continuing to prefer them even after they were no longer standard issue. The design principles established in the Delta-7 series would eventually evolve into newer models of high-speed interceptor during the reign of the Empire, including the R-22 Spearhead and the Rebel Alliance's RZ-1 A-Wing. Thank you for watching Spacedock. If you're interested in supporting the channel, please do check out the links on the screen right now or in the description below for our Patreon and channel membership services. Anything you can pledge goes towards improving our team and our equipment and allowing us to put together bigger and more exciting video projects for you guys on the channel.